It's that time of year again. Time to spread your wings and shake a tail feather when you head on over to Volusia County's Marine Science Center and join in on the 10th annual Bird Fest. Hi and welcome to Volusia Magazine. I'm Amber Patterson. And you know, the Bird Fest coming up on November 15th is not all we have to talk about. In fact, Volusia skies have much to offer as world-class athletes will be jumping sky high at the International Gymnastics Federation's 2014 World Competitions to be held at Volusia County's Ocean Center that same weekend. And business travelers find that Daytona International Airport is just plain easy. And even the economy is continuing with its upswing, and we'll see how when Community Information Director Dave Byron is joined in the studio by his guest, Rob Ehrhardt, the county's Economic Development Director. Those stories, news, and more coming right up on Volusia Magazine. Stay tuned. Thousands of athletes are reaching for new heights at the Ocean Center in Daytona Beach. The Ocean Center is hosting the International Gymnastics Federation's 2014 World Age Group Competitions November 13th through 16th. This is video of the athletes training at the facility just last week. The Ocean Center also hosted the World Trampoline and Tumbling Championships November 7th through 9th. Both events feature more than 1,100 of the world's best athletes in trampoline, synchronized trampoline, tumbling, and double mini trampoline. The World Age Group competitions showcase the world's best young men and women in those 4 events in 4 age groups: 11 through 12, 13 through 14, 15 through 16, and 17 through 18. Ocean Center Director Don Poor said the event will fill thousands of hotel rooms for multiple days and provides quality family entertainment.
Well, it's a tremendous exposure for us. Number one, these people, this is the first time this event has been done in the United States in 25 years. There are over 38 countries competing in the event. We will be on NBC television this weekend, so part of it will be broadcast, and it'll give us tremendous exposure for the Ocean Center and for the community as well.
Tickets range from $20 for a single-day pass to $45 for an all-session wristband, which includes general admission access to qualification and finals competition sessions November 13th through 16th. All-session tickets may be purchased in advance by going to Ticketmaster.com or by calling Ticketmaster at 800-745-3000. Individual session tickets and daily passes will be available at the Ocean Center's box office the day of the competition. For more information, you can visit oceancenter.com/ttworlds. Volusia County's magnificent migratory birds will be the focus of the 10th annual Bird Fest at Volusia County's Marine Science Center in Ponce Inlet, Saturday, November 15th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. This great event, lots of fun, a learning experience for the whole family, and will feature the Marine Science Center's glove-trained birds of prey, the birds that migrate to the area, and a variety of booths staffed by nature groups and crafters. Visitors can tour the Marine Science Center and its Mary Kelly Seabird Rehabilitation Sanctuary, which provides treatment for injured and sick birds. The wooden bird walk leading to the sanctuary features live displays of bald eagles, brown pelicans, and other birds that are injured and permanently live at the sanctuary.
Bird Fest is a great family day, and we're free to the public all day long. So we're the best deal around on Saturday, the 15th of November. This is a particular day when we've really chosen to focus on the work that the Marine Science Center does with the rehabilitation of birds that come into Volusia County either sick or injured or in some other way are in need of help. And here at the Marine Science Center, we take care of thousands of birds. This last year, we've had over 1,100 birds come into the Science Center. And we've, since we opened the bird hospital a little over 10 years ago, we've cared for, amazingly, over 13,000 birds here at the Marine Science Center.
The event will culminate with the release of rehabilitated birds at 3 p.m. at Lighthouse Point Park, a short walk from the Marine Science Center. The release is dependent upon the bird's medical conditions. In past years, crowds have lined the beach and cheered when large birds such as brown pelicans were released. Birdfest is sponsored by Volusia County, the Friends of the Marine Science Center, and Ritter's Frozen Yogurt. For more information about Birdfest and other programs, you can visit the Marine Science Center at marinesciencecenter.com, or you can call 386-304-5545. Flying Daytona Beach International Airport is just plain easy, and it's also convenient for business travelers. The airport has a complimentary business center that travelers can use, which is supported by the county's Economic Development Division. The 720-square-foot center at the end of the concourse near gates 5 and 6 offers Wi-Fi, internet hookups, privacy desks with comfortable chairs, charging stations, and a printer. But Steve Cook, Business Development Director for the airport, said there's much more that makes flying out of Daytona Beach convenient for business travelers.
Well, we have a number of things at our terminal. We have very short walking distances from the parking lot back and forth to the terminal. Many airports don't have this. You have long lines. We don't have that. We have a very convenient security check-in station. The most modern equipment that the TSA has out there is available in our airport. We can get you through your security check-in easily, comfortably, in record time. If you have something that has to be surrendered to the TSA, we actually have a mailback system where we will send whatever the object is back to your home address at no cost to you. So we provide that. Down by the ticketing area, we have a weather and flight tracking kiosk, which is operated by Embry-Riddle, and that's open for the customer. You can see what the weather is and the destination that you're traveling to. We also have flight tracking, where if you know the flight number of the plane you're interested in, you can see exactly where it is in the system, when it's going to land. And so you have very, very exact information at your beck and call at Daytona Beach International Airport.
Daytona Beach International Airport also has a conference room on site for business meetings. The 3,000-square-foot Volusia room is the second level of the main terminal and features a 1,300-square-foot pre-function area, ideal for greeting arrivals and for socializing. For more information, you can visit flydaytonafirst.com and click on the Business Passengers tab.
The County Council is committed to building trails because they improve your quality of life. Trails offer exercise, recreation, access to nature, and alternative transportation routes. They also bring families and friends together to enjoy the outdoors. People of all ages and abilities can enjoy our trails in Volusia County. Whether you're a walker, jogger, inline skater, or bicyclist, we have a trail for you. To learn more about Volusia County's trails, visit volusia.org/trails.
It's been one of the major shopping venues in Volusia County for the last 40 years, and now shoppers get to experience a newly renovated Volusia Mall. Joanne Magley has more in this week's Business Beat.
The Volusia Mall recently turned 40 years old, and officials are celebrating in a big way with a multi-million-dollar renovation. General Manager Wayne Bull took me on a tour of the new, modernized mall.
We replaced the entire floor throughout the mall, changed all the seating, all new furnishings throughout the entire common area, all new paint, trellises in center court, a lot of detailed tile patterns throughout, new interior landscaping. We'll have new signage on Speedway Boulevard, kind of a complete interior renovation of the inside and the outside of the mall.
The last time the Volusia Mall was renovated was in 1996, the year when Tickle Me Elmo was the must-have toy, and clothing stores at the mall were selling lots of grunge-style flannels.
So it's been, 18 years. So, you really have to, at that point, you got to look to freshen it up, change the appearance. Obviously, we want to retain our customers. It's important to our merchants, so it's good for the community.
The Volusia Mall is a major shopping hub with 120 stores that employ 2,500 people. And when it comes to shoppers, between 12 and 15 million people visit the Volusia Mall every year.
Tourism is very important to us, whether it's, NASCAR events or it's people visiting the beach. I mean, tourism is an important part of the visitors to Daytona Beach and something that we rely on at Volusia Mall.
So how did the renovation affect the shopping experience? Bowl says it didn't because the construction work by Tennessee-based EMJ Corporation was done at night after the mall closed.
All the work was done at night, and they probably started at 10 o'clock at night. There were dust barriers above all the stores to keep the dust out of their, to keep them out of their shops and their businesses. And it was done not to interrupt our merchants and the customers, and very successful at it. I mean, it went very smoothly.
Other improvements include a redesign of the mall's food court and west entrances, new lighting, seating, and new flooring throughout. In fact, there's 115,000 square feet of tile, which encompasses a distance of nearly 1 mile in length. The mall is a great place for families, and so even the play area is new.
This is a Garfield beach-themed play area. So, I mean, in Daytona Beach, it only makes sense to have a beach-themed play area.
In the center court, the old fountain was removed to create more space for special events and seasonal celebrations.
Our 40th anniversary is kind of amazing. A lot of changes over those years, and it's, the mall's been expanded once. They added actually Burdines and Belk Lindsay, which is now Macy's and Dillard's. So it's continually evolved through the 40 years, and a lot of improvements.
For the Business Beat, I'm Joanne Magley.
October was National Bullying Prevention Awareness Month. Bullying is a major concern nationwide and right here in Florida. In part 2 of the 2-part series, Stephanie Strong examines the problem of bullying in this segment of Community Health Matters.
Bullying is a public health problem. It is widespread across the United States. In the following public service announcement, you'll hear from 4 bully victims from around the country who share their struggles and offer advice on how you can be more than a bystander.
I've been bullied my whole life.
For my decisions. For my opinions.
For my size.
And for my looks.
And all I ever wanted was for someone
to stand up for me.
I've been in situations
where I was being bullied and people just kept walking by me.
Not doing a thing.
Completely ignored what was happening.
But you
can be the change.
If you see someone in the hallway or
outside school being bullied,
find a trusted adult.
Tell them everything you saw to help the victim.
You can also try creating a distraction to divert the focus of the bully.
If you know someone who's being bullied,
you can spend time
with the person that is being bullied.
Or even just talking to them.
And let them vent about anything
they are experiencing or have recently experienced. It'll make them feel so much better about themselves.
Bullying will continue to be a
huge issue in this country.
Unless you do something to change that.
You can be the change. Be more than a bystander.
Bullying can include aggression that is physical, verbal, or relational, social. A young person can be a perpetrator, a victim, or both. Bullying can also occur through technology and is called electronic aggression or cyberbullying.
Cyberbullying, that is such a big deal these days. So it's all about education, and it's all about becoming involved and not letting the school system take care of it. It needs to be a community partnership between the parents and the schools.
Some reasons why kids don't tell on bullies include retaliation, shame, doubt, fear that nothing will change or bullying will increase, don't want to worry parents, or kids may be afraid of being called a snitch.
As a true friend, if they see bullying going on, they need to report it. There's a quick fix to most of them. Stop, block, and tell. Stop whatever's going on. You block them from your social media site so the bullier can't affect you, and you tell an adult.
Who are the bullies?
More times than not, the bullier is lashing out because something's going on in their life. Now, it could be a family home issue, or it could be something at school because they're not part of the in-group. Or maybe they are what they think to be because they're jealous of the other group that is doing the right thing, going to school, doing the classwork. So today, bullier may be the bullyee the next time.
Bullying can affect youngsters in many ways. They may lose sleep or feel sick. They may want to skip school. Bully victims may even be thinking about suicide. If you are feeling hopeless or helpless, or know someone that is, please call the Lifeline at 1-800-273-TALK. That's 1-800-273-8255. For Volusia Magazine, I'm Stephanie Strong, Public Information Officer for the Florida Department of Health in Volusia County.
Time now to head into the studio to join our very own Community Information Director, Dave Byron, with his guest, Rob Ehrhardt, the county's Economic Development Director.
Well, thank you, Amber, and hi, everyone. Well, the economy, both nationally and locally, is indeed on the upswing, and there are no indications of a slowdown. The county's Economic Development Division keeps very close tabs on several key indicators. It's part of its monitoring of the local economy. Today, we'll talk about some of the economic signs for the third quarter of 2014 and what lies ahead this year. Our studio guest is Rob Ehrhardt. He's the county's Economic Development Director. Rob, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, Dave. How are you?
I'm great. Hey, thanks for being back 3 months after the last interview.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Hey, we always like to start with kind of a broad picture, just getting through a national election, so it's a little unknown. But what do you see on the horizon on the national level?
Well, looking back nationally for the second quarter, the gross domestic product was revised upward from 4%,
That's good.
4.6%, and the advanced estimate for third quarter was 3.5%, so that's certainly very encouraging. As everyone knows, the stock market continues to be on the rise. It's interesting when you stop and look back over 5 years how it is, I think you could almost say it's getting pretty close to doubling. I think we're from 10,000 up to almost 17,000 on the Dow. Obviously what goes up will possibly come down, so we'll temper that a little bit. But you know, overall things seem to be continue to look encouraging nationally.
Well, let's look at Volusia County. There are so many positive signs in Volusia County. You know, it's hard to find something negative these days, really.
There really are a lot of positive things going on, and I think a good number of them are tempered, so it's not all going to come at once. But certainly that starts with the recent topping off ceremony at Daytona International Speedway. Just a phenomenal event, like every event over there. But to see that last piece of 2,500-pound steel being raised and actually have an opportunity to take a tour of that facility afterwards. It's not the same facility that people are used to, Dave. I don't think we really appreciate yet what the vision is gonna, how it's gonna turn out.
And I think, you know, it's probably worth noting, Rob, that the France family, you know, icons in the Daytona Beach, Volusia County area, the investment that they're making in their community, I think has to be mentioned, don't you?
It absolutely does, and it'll have a ripple effect. Not only on race days, but throughout the community. I know they're working hard as part of that reimagining to make that a facility that is suitable for a lot of different events, not just NASCAR races.
Rob, you know, we wanted to talk about it, but we didn't talk about it the last interview, and that was the Trader Joe project. It was still waiting for everything to come to fruition there. It wasn't a secret, but we just wanted to wait until all the papers were signed. But now it's an official project coming out of the ground. First of all, for folks that haven't heard about the Trader Joe's project in Volusia County, give us a quick description of what's happening here.
Well, there is a large parcel, 76-acre parcel at the east side of Interstate 95, just north of the Dunn Avenue overpass. So for any of our viewers that have not been by there recently, I'd encourage them to go drive by.
And they're going to say, what is that?
They're going to say, what is that? And oh my gosh, look how large that is. Over 500,000 square foot distribution facility that will be used to provide goods to Trader Joe's retail stores, not only in the state of Florida, and they have a very aggressive plan, as we understand it, to increase retail stores throughout the state, but also in other southeastern U.S. states. Just a great project to have in any community. Again, I think we're going to see that there's ripple effect capability out of that project, not only in terms of employment, but in terms of raising the visibility to other, whether they're distribution companies or site selector consultants that are used by large companies to determine where they want to locate their projects.
Yeah, from what I'm hearing, and you know far better than I, but from what I'm hearing, the phone is starting to ring from other companies that have taken a look at what Trader Joe's has found in Volusia County. Perhaps they're supportive of Trader Joe's or whatever, but you know, we have that prime and vacant industrial property right there on Interstate 4 and Interstate 95, which is attractive, and that's what I think Trader Joe's has discovered.
Well, we have a lot of attractive industrial property throughout the county, Dave, and so I agree. It's going to raise the visibility of people outside the county to say, Trader Joe's, phenomenally successful company. What is it that they saw in Volusia County that I don't know? I better go down there and figure out what's going on.
Right.
They're going to see the expansion at the Speedway. They're going to see some of the other projects that we've referred to or we'll talk about today. So,
Rob, as we look at some of the economic indicators influencing the economy in Volusia County, home building and commercial building is certainly one of those indicators. For the last couple of years, the building industry has been on the upswing. What do we see in the latest quarterly numbers from, let's take the residential side?
yeah, so residential permit numbers through third quarter of 2014, a little off from as compared to through third quarter of 2013, but if you talk to any of the builders that I have spoken to, still a solid year developing here in 2014. It's growth for them, and it provides stable growth. It's manageable growth for them in terms of whether it's their supply chain or labor issues. I have a number here. If you take the number of permits divided by the total dollar value of the permits, for the third quarter was 316,984. That's up 4% as compared to the same quarter a year ago. So while the number of permits may have fallen off a little bit, the dollar value of those is increasing. Now that's got another potential effect, and that is as the price goes up, the ability of other people to buy a new home, you know, we may start to see some impact there, and certainly with current lending requirements, we'll just have to wait and see how that plays out.
Let's look at the commercial side of things. We've often said that commercial follows rooftops. You know, it does seem that even on the commercial side, things are very, very robust in Volusia County.
We had a very nice quarter for third quarter of 2014. It was a pretty significant increase over the second quarter of 2014, 133% in numbers and 319% in dollars.
Wow.
That's attributed in large part to quite a number of projects taking place in the city of Daytona Beach, not the least of which is the permit for the slab for the project that we just discussed, Trader Joe's, at 3 point something.
Mm-hmm. Well, we've talked also, speaking of Daytona Beach, we've talked about the fact that there had been announcements about new hotel projects. You know, we've heard announcement of the Russian Group project, and then the announcement of the Hard Rock project, and just recently in the local newspaper, you know, there was an indication that this so-called Russian group is getting ready to move forward on their project, and that's very positive, oceanfront development.
Absolutely, and we haven't had a lot of oceanfront new development for a while. There's quite a bit of money being reinvested in existing oceanfront properties. I think the latest number I heard was approaching $65 million, and that's very encouraging for any oceanfront community. But I think in addition to it being a new development, in addition to the dollars that come with it, something over $100 million over the life of the project, I think it's 2 years once they break ground. I think it's also going to provide a bit of a balance in our community as projects like Daytona Rising come to an end, and all the construction workers that are involved there, maybe some of those, that labor pool will be able to transition over to some of these other projects, and so we can keep that positivity going in that industry.
You know, I always like to also ask you about the retail side of things, and as we approach the holiday shopping season, you know, the holiday shopping appears to be the make or break period for a lot of retailers. You know, we aren't quite there yet, but any indications on the retail side of what you might expect over the holiday season?
I'm hearing cautious optimism about this coming holiday season, just what the numbers will prove to be. I think you've heard me say I'm I'm a bit loath to make any forecast,
Right.
Dave. My prior sales background, I learned forecasting you're wrong 80% of the time.
I
So.
got it. Hey, but I think on the retail side, though, Rob, the fact that the Volusia Mall, the folks there that own that Volusia Mall, have invested a good deal of money in the upgrade of that property. I think that has to speak well for not only their confidence in the retail side of things, but that whole upgrading and really the renaissance that's taken place on International Speedway Boulevard in Daytona Beach.
Again, I think it goes back to confidence in the economy on the part of the people that own the mall, on the part of other retail outlets that are either hiring new people or they're investing in their business with some type of brick and mortar expansion, or they're upgrading their technology. You know, you look in Orange City at the Saxon Boulevard
Right.
widening and all of the new retail outlets and commercial outlets that they've been able to bring into that city over the past 18 to 24 months. So just a lot of opportunities.
You know, on the county government side of things, Rob, you know, the county council has approved the lease for the vacant property on the airport that used to be the Olive Garden, which moved across the street, and now a local company, Hooligans, has signed a lease with the county, and you're going to see a very fine local restaurant chain expand right there on that very prime piece of county property.
Absolutely. I've had a chance to speak with employees at some of the local businesses surrounding that area. They're looking forward to it. Just so happens this past weekend I ate at one of their establishments in the Port Orange area. So.
Great. Hey, Rob, obviously tourism is Volusia County's biggest industry. This has been a good year so far for the tourism industry across the state and here in Volusia County. The resort tax collections here in Volusia are up. State is looking, I think, at a record tourism year. We're going into the kind of the softer season in Volusia County, the November, December period. But we do have, you know, that great Turkey Rod car show coming in over the Thanksgiving period, which is becoming a very, very big tourism event in Volusia County. So tourism, what do you hear there?
I think, again, people are encouraged enough to be able to go out, whether it's staycations close to home or they actually decide to travel outside of their area and come to the world's most famous beach or somewhere else in Volusia County.
Right.
St. Johns River, just some phenomenal opportunities from an ecotourism perspective there. So throughout the county, I think we have great tourism opportunities, and we are hearing that occupancy rates, average daily rates are up.
Right.
And people are optimistic that as the economy continues to improve in an incremental way, that additional events like this will help to come to the area to round out, you know, some of those typical lows that you've made reference to.
Well, Rob, I want to thank you for being with us again. We have you on the program every quarter. It really is fun to talk about positive things, isn't it?
It makes it easy. Thank you so much for having me, Dave.
You're welcome. Our guest today, Rob Ehrhardt. He's the Economic Development Director with Volusia County. And with that, Amber, we'll go back to you.
Thanks, Dave, and thank you too for watching Volusia Magazine. If you have any questions about the show, you can feel free to give us a call at any of the numbers you see listed here, or you can log on to volusia.org and click on the News tab at the top of the screen to find us. Incidentally, you can find the County Council's meeting calendar there too. In fact, you can use volusia.org to find out about meeting dates, workshops, topics of interest, activities, and how you can become involved. And we hope you won't forget to listen to Volusia Today. That's Volusia County Government's weekly public radio broadcast. Volusia Today airs every Tuesday and Sunday mornings on the local radio stations you see on your screen. For Volusia Magazine, I'm Amber Patterson. Have a wonderful evening.